Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q&A section of Mad, Bad and Dangerous. We have Johnny Jenkins here from Example. First of all, I'll say thank you very much for sending your questions in. To start off with, Johnny, we've had so many questions about this beautiful beast you've got here, right? Which has been the backdrop to, to the video over here.
Yeah.
A curiosity about how the drum kit lights up, Talk me through the kit.
Talk you through the kit.
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw this kit, I was the same. I had like so many questions, like how the hell is this thing working, Mm-hmm. I got in touch with the guy that built this kit, German guy, and we ended up forming a company together anyway. But the amazing thing about this kit is that there aren't any wires inside the drums.
Really?
The hardware is the conductor, and this is what I was fascinated by, Mm-hmm. So this is basically a positive and a negative terminal, and you can connect a 9-volt battery to the drums and they light up. They're LEDs. There's a very low voltage required to light the LED up.
So they are LEDs, yeah?
They're LEDs, and they face internally. They face inside the lugs, so you don't really get any pinpoint dots. You just get this nice glow.
Yeah.
And when lights are out, the whole drum kind of just like hums with this glow. For the Example project, this became one of our lighting engineer's lights, So he had his strobes and his parkans and everything else.
Yeah.
And then this was another light in the chain, and he could control it and fade it and do stuff with it like a regular light,
You must have been the envy at festivals, and
It's
had a lot
impressive
of fun.
Looking, and it's impressive sounding actually, because I'd not played acrylic kits before, but it just sounded awesome. Amazing, really loud and a lot of attack on it and fit perfectly in the setting,
You must have had a lot of fun with that. Yeah.
Lots. Man.
Interesting. From C. Taylor from North London, how different is it being a drummer and combining it with being a musical director?
The main thing is that in rehearsals, I find anyway, when normally I'd be doing lots of drumming, I'm actually doing lots of programming, lots of, it eats up your time drumming, coordinating the show, I spent a lot more time drumming and getting my stuff down before I'd go into rehearsal, because I knew that's the last thing we'd be doing, I guess MDing varies from show to show.
Yeah.
But with Example, it was heavily involved in the actual sonic production. So I spent a lot of time with the front of house engineer.
Okay.
Working on how we blend each live sound, each live bass sound, say with the track bass sound, with the synth bass sound, cutting holes in the EQ so they wouldn't overpower each other. We could hear everything. So it got quite technical in that respect with Example. With Lily, I was joint MDing with Morgan. Nichols, a good friend of mine who plays with Muse, played with the Gorillaz and other people, but he comes from more of an old school kind of perspective on it, and that was more instrument and live based. We spent more time arranging the songs around Lily and around kind of her as the spectacle, and transitioning from acoustic to more heavy stuff and doing it the best way possible.
Another question from Vigo from Streatham. How do you separate your work life and your home life?
Right, as far as possible. Basically, I can't, even though I can coordinate on the drums, I just can't coordinate the two. Like I don't have a drum kit in my house. I don't have a drum kit in my house, and it's like I like just to be in that zone. I find it actually quite hard to give any of my time or even communicate with my family while I'm doing it. And we have the good relationship now where we kind of know this, and I just get on with it, do my work, and then I come home and I can just give all my attention. And
so really, in amongst it, you've got a balance.
You've got a balance there, exactly. I think I've definitely swayed too far into the work before, and I think that's why now, at this point for me anyway, I'm just stepping off for a little while.
Another question here from N. Shah from Liverpool. I have a son who has been playing drums since he was 9, and he's pretty good. He said, how would you advise a drummer trying to make his mark in the music business today?
For me, I never thought about it as trying to make a mark on the industry. I just thought about doing the best I could, you know.
Because, yeah.
Just
Do your job.
doing my best and doing
Yeah.
it the best, and that made a mark, you know. So rather than thinking, oh, I've got to be this, I've got to do that, I've got to just do what you feel you can do the best and you can add the most value with. Especially recently for live musicians, because you know DJs have just really taken over in the last few years. You know, it's a different place, and try not to compare yourself too much.
Yeah.
To oh, I've got to be like that, I've got to be like that. Just be yourself, innit, you know.
It's got here, it said, with example, you're in the dance arena. Would you advise a drummer to get his head around drum programming, working with a click, rather than free-form drumming?
Well, yeah. I'd say definitely. I mean, that's the number one these days.
Yeah.
If you want to be playing pop music on stage, you've got to be click.
On
You've got to be on it. You've got to be using like Ableton Live. I'd say software is probably the most common. But you know, once you know that, you know how to use Logic as well and Pro
Yes.
Tools and stuff. They're all just similar, but you know, slight variations. But just get to know Ableton and how to, you know, to edit, and definitely how to use triggers and all that, because everyone uses them now, and you need them, you know, and you need to know how what you're doing fits with the backing tracks and with everyone. I mean, it's just super mega important now. It's like part of drumming, basically, to have all that electronic.
Just quickly, what does the future hold for Johnny Jenkins, both musically and personally?
For me personally
Right
now is spending time with my family. So I'm going to have a complete break from drumming for a few months. Almost like reset, start again, and look at it, go at it like from a more organic point of view. And I was just talking about triggers and how we all need to use them, but I want to actually throw them away for a bit and just start playing some rock, you know, some kind of more rootsy stuff again.
Well, anyway, Johnny Jenkins from Example, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jerome.
Thank you for joining My Bad and Dangerous and being part of the family.
Sweet. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Hello. Hope you enjoyed that Q&A session with Jerome Marcus and Johnny Jenkins, erstwhile drummer with Example. For the full interviews and all our other chats, check the videos over there. And coming up, a percussion special with 3 top percussionists, Miles Bold, Jody Linscott and Carl Vanderbosch. Now that's one to look forward to. And remember, always to like, share and even subscribe. Bye for now.